Hello everybody, my name is Anthem. Welcome back to Let's Play Kaiserreich and Hearts of Iron 4 as Russia. Let's continue on where we last left off. So, we have finally, every single time we reload the game, we have the Toronto Fog of War. The last time we finally defeated the Soviet Union. You know, the country is, again, 2% stable, better than we've had it in a while. We've actually expanded the country by taking over the Don-Kuban Union, or the LS, and also by basically acquiring Finland. So, overall, we might... Well, we're not in a great position. We're not in a worse position than I would say we were at the start of the series, which I think is at least pretty good. You know, we're still 94,000 rifles in debt. We still need 837 artillery, 800 support equipment, and 100 tanks. You know, that is still an issue if Wild Creek era tanks. Our tanks are awful. Everything about our country right now is basically just bad, which is not fantastic. Actually, let's just go by 5s here. There we go. So we'll make 76 rifles a day. We're not going to upgrade these. I think we do have infantry equipment. No, we're researching infantry equipment too, but do I want to start building infantry equipment too at this time? I don't really think so. I don't think I really actually, we have fighters as well. I guess we'll just put them on the list here for now. How about you guys just get like assigned to some air forces, and that should be okay. Just slide it wherever you think is best for the time being. I guess we'll also build up some bombers. I mean, again, we can't really build them right now. Also, I want you guys to combine into a single thing, and then go up to 300. You two can also just combine. Yeah, we have 400. That's okay. So what we need right now is a lot of military factories. We need a lot of civilian factories. Not a lot of military factories. Our civilian factories are actually kind of okay for the time being. Is there anything I can do at this very moment to increase construction speed? Not really, because this is still like a year ahead of time, which is kind of an issue. But is there anything else I actually really feel like I need to research right now? I mean, we're using 1918 tanks. Like, we probably should go for something a little bit better, like 1936 tanks, or at least 1934. So let's get some better tanks. Let's not even, like, make any... I mean, we'll keep making the tanks, so it doesn't really make a big difference. You actually don't even have troops to actually cover this entire front line, which is an issue. A lot of these troops, again, are just, like, super, super weak. But is it better for me to consolidate these armies so we have a fewer full-strength troops? Or is it just better for me to have a bunch of really weak troops, but just having more of them? Answer is I'm not really too sure. I would... We just need guns. And we also need to train more infantry. Like, significantly more infantry. Like, so many more that it's going to be insane. Shrink all of these down, and then we'll train up like a handful of tank divisions. It's going to basically say that we're going to be in debt by a lot, and we can't even make these troops until we actually have enough infantry equipment, which is an issue. So we're going to try to reinforce everybody on the field first, and then after that, we're going to try to reinforce these armies. And yeah, they all need infantry equipment, which again is going to be basically a hassle to try to acquire. So we got Azerbaijan down here. They have a lot of oil. Like, how much oil do I have right now? I currently make 72 oil in my country. Baku has 118, like 150 oil just by itself. And right now it's actually being leased to the Germans, which is actually, unsurprisingly, really bad for us. Not at this exact time, but in the future, whenever Germany's at war with us or Germany's at war with the French, we want to make sure they don't have fuel. I mean, what about Romania? Is there under control of Germans as well? No, they control their own oil fields. But Germany proper doesn't really have oil. It's got one oil here in Alsace-Lorraine. And they're getting their oil from Azerbaijan. And doesn't really look like they're getting it from anywhere else. I mean, maybe I just can't see it because they're, I don't have vision of the area. I mean, their independence is guaranteed by the Germans, so it's going to be a bit of a tricky situation. If we can, like, somehow incorporate Azerbaijan into our faction. Turkestan. Integrate the Alesh. But I've already done these, right? Yeah, I can just bypass them immediately and try to secure Turkestan. Far East. Does it not exist in here? Persia. Crush Persia. Get Persia on my side. Secure the Straits. Oh no, there's Baku oil fields. Okay. This one I can also just bypass. I've already annexed like a handful of these countries. Just by the fact that we were in our civil war. But now that, you know, we are at peace again, I think we're going to go back up to speed 5, at least for the time being, because really, we're just waiting for events to happen. Like, as soon as this is done, soon-ish, 13 days, so 2 more weeks till that's finished. I mean, this doesn't actually help us at all. I mean, the plus 5% research speed is actually nice, but the division training time minus 20% doesn't matter because, well, we're not training any troops. We don't have equipment to train these troops with. So we can either go down this tree. Apparently there's like 4 options. Great constitutional monarchy, the legitimate czar, or crown this guy as czar. Neo-Slavism, justify war, gold, imperial glory. Research speed plus 5%, 10% stability. Factory output goes up, war support goes up. Rationalize the laws. I mean, okay, these are both the same. I don't want to create constitutional monarchy. We're going full autocrat here. The Republic of Aristocrats. And that's probably going to be authoritarian democratic. Okay. Which is not what I want. So which of these two do I want? The voices are rationalized laws. Okay, so the United States has lost. The federal government is no more. It's now completely owned by the CSA. So it looks like the socialist factions are doing pretty well. They're winning in Spain. They're winning in the United States, I would say. In South America, they are losing, but that doesn't matter. South America basically never matters at all, ever. The Faith and Nations. Okay. Oh, so we're getting more events now that the war is actually over. Our government's religious policies have been popular both among our people and abroad. They can show how our faith can bring order and stability to, I guess, modern world. Violence and activism are against the spirit of the church. Everybody likes us more. Our neighbors do. Stability goes up. People like us more. We cannot oppose a movement led by holy men. Well, right now, the Prime Minister... I don't even know who the hell this guy actually is. But we are, like, pretty much in bed with the church. And I don't know if this really makes, you know what? Screw it. The holy men have their power. We might as well become a theocracy. I don't see why not. Argentina and Chile have resolved their hostilities, so how did this end up? So Chile is actually still syndicalist, but Argentina has annexed the entirety of the region, and Chile also lost a lot of territory to Bolivia, which now has a nice coastline. Apparently, Ukraine is just very big. A counter-revolution in Chile. Though Chile was once viewed as the most successful bastion of syndicalism and socialist views in South America, it appears that the regime stands no longer. So I guess there's just... Is it a coup or is it like a civil war? Oh no, there we go. They've gone a full fascist. Fantastic. Honduras has joined the People's Vanguard. I don't know what that is. With you, who's also a national populist. Did you join? No. Who's actually the leader of this faction? El Salvador. Okay. Well, we'll see how that turns out. And do we go for crowning somebody? Stability goes down. I mean, if stability goes down with this guy, I kind of want to go with him. Again, I kind of just want to create like a shit storm. I mean, the legitimate Tsar is the one who's currently in power. Let's do, you know what? Let's crown this guy, because why not? We might as well go full out. This was the leader of the old Russian government. I don't actually what happened to him. He just kind of got kicked out at some point. We're gonna put him back onto the throne because, you know, why not? We might as well go balls to the wall here. Okay, so the Ottoman Empire is making gains. Are they going to win the war? It's hard for me to really tell. The People's Army is now being researched. We can either keep going down this tree, or we can start researching this. 223 days, I mean, that's still a while. But by the time it actually is 1939... you know what, let's just get the construction tree done now. We really need to build these factories as fast as we possibly can. We need everything. Okay, put the submarine straight at the bottom of the list. I don't know why it's got a skull there, but that's fine. So we actually need more rubber. We get that from the Germans, I guess. You know, let's get it from the Indians because we're not actively at war. Or we're not actively hostile to the Indians like we are to the Germans. Because there will be a war with Germany. I just don't know when it's going to happen, but I can guarantee that it will happen at some point. Alright, let's cancel land leases. That's okay. I mean, it's understandable given the context here. Elections are soon-ish. Are you guys going to go to war anytime soon? I'm not too sure. Okay, so they've closed off the gap here. Who's actually going to win? The CSA just has actually so many men. I'm amazed by the amount of troops they actually have. Crown Dmitry is a new Tsar and autocrat. Time has finally come to restore the great Russian Tsardom under the guiding hands of the new Tsar, Dmitry Romanov. Apparently just murder the old guy. Becomes leader of the paternal autocrat party. Russian Empire will now be known as the Russian Empire, so yeah, sure, why not? And then we can rationalize the laws. I feel like this tree is just slightly better. The research speed, I think, is going to be better than war support. And the same ideology, monthly opinion, I don't know if that makes any difference at all. Just by war goal time, I don't care about. War support is already here, and factory output 10% is better. Partisan, again, is also something I don't really care about. So we've crowned him as Tsar. I'm going to go with realpolitik, because my thought is if we get more people into our faction, that's more factories that are kind of under our control and manpower that they can just kind of keep. As opposed to me having to conquer territory and losing more manpower and losing even more guns, because I can't provide for the troops, really. Dominionist victory in South Africa. After a contentious election, divided the Union of South Africa into two. Dominion party led by General Christian Smuts. Clear victory. So is there going to be a civil war in South Africa? We shall see. We shall see. Somebody invades the Far East. Are we being invaded by the... Are we getting invaded by the Japanese here? So they're trying to take over unrest in Siberia, control over the region. We're currently very weak and be able to win our war. Maybe fighting Japan as well. I'm gonna refuse to cede the territory and see if they are willing to fight me for it. They might back down, or we might be at war with Japan. Both of those are probably bad outcomes, all things considered, but these troops are... They're also half strength. How are you half strength? Did they take away guns from these troops and ship them over to fight the Soviets? They might have. So Japan, what are you going to do? I mean, you don't like us. They have claims over our territory. Like, how much territory claims do they make? Like, those are actually, like, some pretty significant claims there, my dude. We are not going to cede the Far East. And I kind of think they've backed down slightly. But I'm way more worried about them than I am about that one tribe in Central Asia. So let us just ship these troops here for now. And draw up an offensive line, basically just like right here. Yeah, so we're abandoning Turkestan. And I don't think that's really a problem. I don't really think they're going to attack us. Like, I don't even know if they have a focus. Yeah, they don't even have a focus tree. So they really can't do anything at all. Iran is just in shambles. Spain has joined the Cold Prosperity Sphere. Which is, again, bad for us. Because if Japan declares war on us, this is just more people we're going to have to deal with. Also, somebody else joined the faction over here. Was it Guatemala? Yeah, Guatemala has joined their faction. Mostly, I'm assuming to... I don't know. I actually don't know. People's Vanguard against who? Against the liberals? Removing the cult of personality. So I'm guessing actually that might have been what the one event I didn't read was from. So other than the CSA, I don't know if anybody is syndicalist in the area anymore. Oh no, Mexico's totalist, and the CSA is still syndicalist. Okay. But they just, I feel like they just have so many more troops than everybody else that they can probably fight a prolonged war. So I do think the CSA is going to win eventually. Greece has joined the faction with Austria, even though, you know, wait, there's, no, okay, you're not actually in the faction. Which is, again, just odd, because Bulgaria's in the faction. You think they might be a little bit more angry at each other, but I guess not. I guess old wounds heal fast. I mean, they're also at war in World War I as well, so a bit surprising there. We've upgraded our rifles. Is it worth transferring over? It's 0.54 to upgrade to this. The current guns right now are 0.45, so they're not even that much cheaper, honestly. 22 defense, 28 defense, 4 breakthrough against 3, 6 and 1 against 9. Yeah, it's just a lot better. I mean, we're going to be making a little bit less, but we're so far in debt to guns that I really don't know if it matters at all. So we'll get this land doctrine going now. 175 days. Yeah, it's not too bad. Could be worse, could be better. But I do think we're going to be ending this episode right here, so thank you for watching. My name's been Anthem. If you've enjoyed, run a thumbs up. If you're not enjoying, click thumbs down. Or subscribe, and goodbye.